question was, what separates us as a community and what can we do to bandage it all together? Because addressing the negatives isn't fun, but trying to figure out how to get rid of them is fun.
The MOU committee decided that they'd like to host a series of forums to look at a number of things, including youth voice and leadership, which is the event that we held today. And how do we create stronger foundations through this governance conversation about moving communities forward and engaging communities in more meaningful ways.
And we talked about holding community events at lunch after school so that we wouldn't have to travel because transportation is an issue.
We started today off with looking at our fears and hopes around increasing youth voice and youth leadership in our community. So part of what we were looking at was to do a group poem. And in this group poem, what we first did was we had people write down, when I think about youth leadership, I fear that. And then they wrote down whatever it was on a blue sticky note. And then there was, okay, when I think about youth leadership and youth voice in our community, I hope that. And then they wrote down that on a sticky note. And they read one after one, what were the fears, what were the hopes.
Acknowledging the need for more voices from both the youth and the adults community, and knowledge to do better in our community.
We have very strong youth leadership in our community. A young participant today, Lydia, who talked about coming into an intergenerational forum a few months ago and really feeling hesitant and quite anxious about participating. And today, because she knew that she could be heard and that it was a safe space for her, that she could take that step into leadership. So I think that is really what's exciting for me.
Later in the afternoon, we spoke about two topics. The first round was around what are the gaps and the challenges in youth leadership in our community. And then the second round was around what are the strengths, what is already working well, so that we can build upon that later on in the afternoon. What I really appreciated about today was that I had several people come up to me and tell me that they were actually quite surprised that today was not a hard sell on yes, vote for amalgamation. And that was quite intentional, purposeful. We would not have done today if we weren't able to have that kind of freedom. Because what we really realized was that today is about so much more than voting yes or voting no. And it's really about having the fundamental conversations that we need to have around unity in order for us to understand what it means to work together.
We have a role in normalizing face-to-face conversations, so it gives people an opportunity to sit down and have respectful dialogue between two people or multiple people in one space. And knowing that we can have divergent opinions, but that we can still sit down and communicate with one another in a way that can create impact.